What is up? It is episode number 4 of the Omaha Dreams podcast, hosted by
Brendan Young, career 300 high school hitter, 0-star baseball recruit, and your in-house college baseball expert. Maybe just a baseball expert, I would say.
Yeah, you're a Picasso.
Yeah. And Connor Howman, the all-time Little League leader in walks.
So let's get into it. We're going to start today with the best social media post. Follow that up with week 3 recap, week 3 top performers. Then we're going to move into our top 25 movement, week 4 midweek preview, conference preview, and then we're down to our top 3. So let's get into it, baby. All right, weekend 3 recap. Let's start at the Shrine. Oh my God.
we got the social media post of the week, which I'm gonna go with Drew Jones. Shout out Braves country.
Yep.
Right here. Son of hopeful Hall of Famer Andrew Jones. He is currently this isn't really a college baseball reference, but he is the #1 high school baseball recruit in the country right now.
Mm-hmm.
Possible he goes #1 in the draft this year, but he's committed to Vanderbilt, so I guess it's kind of a college baseball reference.
I was just gonna ask you, where do you think he's gonna go? But
yeah, he's verbally committed to Vandy.
Awesome.
But he's getting heckled in one of his high school games. They're chanting overrated, and he just pimps a home run over center field. So shout out to him.
Love it.
Yeah. That's what I'm about to do this episode right now.
All right, let's get into week 3 recap. Let's start with the Shriners Children's College Classic.
Yeah, so Friday night we have Tennessee and Texas. Longhorns take down the Vols 7-2. LSU beats Oklahoma 5-4. That was probably the most exciting game of the series, in my opinion. It goes into extras. LSU actually, I think, tied it up in like the 8th and then won it in extras. So that was a cool game. Baylor versus UCLA.
This was a really good game too. 2-1, very close game. My Bruins, who I was very high on, lose a close one here, but
they win. The Baylor Bears win 2-1. LSU loses to Texas on Saturday night 6-1. Tennessee beats Baylor 10-5, and Oklahoma loses to UCLA 15-3 on Saturday.
They get demolished.
Yeah, 15-3.
This game only goes into 7.
It was that bad.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday we have UCLA stunning Texas 5-1. Tennessee beating Oklahoma, and LSU losing to the Baylor Bears 9-6. So my picks went 5-4. This probably was my weakest part of my predictions from the weekend.
Yeah, this was my strongest part. I also went 5-4, which is not going to be good for me. Sitting at 5-4 is not going to be. It's just going to get much worse from here on out. But
yeah, so Texas goes 2-1 on the series. Texas, UCLA, Tennessee, Baylor all go 2-1. LSU goes 1-2, and Oklahoma goes 0-3. What do you think is the biggest surprise of this whole tournament this weekend?
I'm gonna say Baylor, just because I had Baylor going 0-3 in this, right?
Yeah.
So they win that close one against UCLA 2-1. Not really close on Saturday against Tennessee, but then they turn around and beat LSU, who's sitting at number 7 at the time, 9-6. So I think they put in a good performance this past weekend. I think it's something to build on. They're sitting at 6-5 right now.
Yeah, and they took Duke 2-1 the weekend prior.
So I think Baylor is a team that is starting to figure some stuff out, and I think they're just going to keep piecing it together.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I also think LSU only winning one game was also very, very surprising. That also plays into Baylor going 2-1 because they played in that final game. But I mean, that's not a good look for them.
No, I think I was surprised by that. I mean, I think I should have gave more credit to Baylor. Oklahoma. They deserved all the disrespect they got.
I had a lot of disrespect for Texas, and that got thrown right back in my face.
Yeah.
So, what you gonna do?
Yeah. Live and learn, right?
Yep. So my predicted MVP was Trey Lipscomb
Mhm.
for Tennessee.
How do you end up doing?
He goes 0-11.
I think you said he was gonna keep the hit streak and
Yeah,
make it 10, didn't you?
yeah.
Whew.
He doesn't get a hit the whole series.
That is a freezing cold take.
He reaches base only once in the series with a walk. So
All right. Well, my guy to watch was Pete Hanson, pitcher for Texas. He pitched on Friday. Went 6 innings pitched with 5 Ks while giving up 1 run on 5 hits to earn the win against Tennessee. I'm keeping him as my MVP. I picked him to be my MVP. He had a good outing. I mean, I think maybe he could have went a little bit longer, but either way, that Texas picks up the win. So
yeah, they're not too worried about that.
no.
My MVP now, I would say, is Cameron Yates, UCLA sophomore outfielder. He hits a pinch hit home run on Friday, goes 2 for 4 on Saturday, hits a home run, a double, collects 6 RBIs. This is on Saturday.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, he goes 2 for 4 again with a triple. So he had a good weekend.
Good outing, yeah, for sure.
I have a winner of the weekend.
Okay, let me hear it.
Well, actually, technically, I have 2. So first, I'm going to say UCLA. They, not even just the weekend, they have a great week.
Yeah.
They lose 1 game throughout the week.
Yeah, they go 3-1, right?
Mm-hmm. And they get a massive win against Texas, who's the #1 team in the country. It's huge.
Yeah, to build off that, I did talk about UCLA maybe getting the upset on Sunday.
You should have gone with it.
I should have went with it, but I thought they would have had to win the first 2 games, but they didn't. They end up destroying Oklahoma on Saturday, and then it's enough to give the Bruins a 5-1 win against Texas and hand them that first loss of the season.
And my other winner of the weekend is college baseball.
Yeah.
Just because of this whole tournament. I mean, you have all this product was very fun to watch for the most part. There were a couple blowout wins, which can be fun anyways because there's a lot of offense.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, on Saturday for the LSU Texas game, there's 20,000 fans at Minute Maid Park. So,
yeah, I think that's huge, especially with what's going on in MLB right now, that college baseball has a chance to take a step forward and maybe gain some fans that are kind of on the edge with MLB right now. So
yeah, from baseball fans.
Yeah, exactly. So I kind of mentioned my winner earlier. I think Baylor had a pretty impressive outing. I think UCLA is a great choice too. You know what? I'm gonna switch it. I'm taking UCLA too. So
fair enough.
I like UCLA. I was high on them going into it. I'm sticking with it. So let's move to the Leclaire Classic. You can go ahead.
All right. Well, Friday night, Michigan beats the Terrapins like I thought. They win 7-4. A 3-run top of the 8th wins it. And then East Carolina takes down Indiana State 5-4. This game was it was back and forth until the 6th inning where the Pirates go up 2 runs. The game is still in reach, but Indiana State, their rally falls short in the 9th and they can't get it done. Saturday, East Carolina beats Michigan. This game, this was fun. The final score was 10-8, so there was a lot of offense.
Yep.
Michigan collects 14 hits. East Carolina gets 13. So East Carolina, they only allow 4, so they only have 4 earned runs against Michigan. Half of the runs they score come in the first, where they score 5 runs with 2 outs because of 2 errors.
Okay.
And Michigan squashes a comeback in the 9th inning. They scored 5. Wait, no.
East Carolina won, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
East Carolina squashes Michigan's
hopes.
Michigan's comeback.
Yep.
Tito Flores hits a grand slam in the top of the 9th to put it within 2, but he can't get it done. And then Maryland beats Indiana State 12-6. Maryland has their season high in hits at 15 and gets the dub. Sunday, we have East Carolina beating Maryland, which I got wrong. They have a 4-run 3rd inning, and Maryland can't recover.
Yeah.
Indiana State beats Michigan, surprises them on Sunday, beating them 6-5. That's the recap of what went down.
Yeah. What'd you go in this?
I went 4-2.
Okay. Well, I went 1-5. Not much to say on my part. I am pretty disappointed with myself here. I had East Carolina losing all 3 games. They take all 3 games and make me look dumb. So kudos to you, Pirates. You did me absolutely filthy.
You and I kind of switched spots from our last weekend preview. I was
I can't be hot every week, right? You got to have your weeks.
I guess. Maybe this is my only one.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty down in the dumps right now, but we digress. And let's move to Georgia Tech.
This, in my opinion, was out of all the teams we previewed, this was the biggest statement series for Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
I had Georgia Tech taking the first 2 of 3 against Georgia, and losing the neutral site.
Mhm.
No, I had Georgia Tech winning the last 2,
Okay.
but it goes the opposite way. Georgia Tech won the first 2 and lost the last
I
one.
think that's what I had as well. Friday night, Georgia Tech wins this game 11-7. Georgia Tech's Chance Huff, who I highlighted the other day, went 7 innings pitched, earned only 1 run on 3 hits, 2 walks, had 6 Ks, and that was good enough to get him the win. Georgia pitched Jonathan Cannon, who I talked about, went 6 innings pitched, earned 6 runs on 7 hits, 1 walk, also had 8 Ks, and that would earn him the loss.
Yeah, I thought he was going to be the key to their success on Friday night.
I did too. It did not end up going that way.
He just didn't have his stuff.
Yeah, Georgia would score 6 in the top of the 8th to cut the score to 8-7. Georgia Tech would ultimately score 3 in the bottom of the 8th to secure the victory for the Yellow Jackets. Saturday, Georgia Tech wins this game 7-0. There's not too much to talk about, I don't think. The Yellow Jackets only allow 4 hits in this game.
Yeah, I think their pitching staff is the story of this game. They use 3 pitchers: Zach Maxwell, Cody Carwile, and Aiden Finateri. So they combine only allow 4 hits and strike out 14. And Georgia Tech offense looks great again, scoring 7 runs.
Absolutely. Sunday, Georgia wins this one 12-3. This game is 4-2 going into the top of the 7th. Georgia would score 6 runs in the top of the inning, and Georgia Tech could just not overcome that. So Georgia Tech takes this series 2-1. Big statement win for the Yellow Jackets.
Who's your best performer for the series?
So I'm going to take Georgia Tech's Drew Compton. He went 4 for 12, hit .333. He had 5 RBIs, 3 walks, and a double.
Sweet. That's a pretty good all-around weekend.
Yeah, it's a pretty solid line.
I have Chandler Simpson, who went 7 for 13.
Nice.
He bats .538, 3 walks, and a stolen base. So he's their leadoff hitter, so he doesn't have all that power.
Okay.
But I mean, he's obviously putting pressure on the defense.
He's doing what you're supposed to be doing as a leadoff guy. So,
especially with the 3 walks too.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move to Florida, Miami.
I predicted this series perfectly.
I did not. All right, let's start on Friday. Here's how I had it. I had Friday, Florida, Saturday, Miami, Sunday, Miami. It would go Friday, Miami, Saturday, Florida, Sunday, Florida. Friday,
like I predicted.
Like Brendan predicted. Good job, buddy. Friday, Miami wins 5-2. I noted both the pitchers who started. Florida, Hunter Barco went 5 innings pitched, allowing 4 earned on 7 hits. Would get 5 Ks. He earns the loss. Miami's Carson Palmquist goes 5, allows 0 earned runs on 3 hits, 3 walks. He has 6 Ks, and he gets the dub.
Yeah, I thought that both of those pitchers were going into this. I thought they were both going to have very strong performances, which they did.
Yeah.
But I like Carson Palmquist a lot. So.
Yeah.
Yo-Yo Morales, who I mentioned in our ACC preview, he hits a 2-run homer in the 5th to extend the lead to 4-0. The Gators leave 12 on base, which is kind of big, and they can't get any key hits. So that's why they lose 5-2.
Moving to Saturday, Florida wins this game 8-1. Florida led this game 3-1 in the top of the ninth before scoring 5 to secure the win for the Gators. I do want to note Florida's pitchers. They only needed 2 pitchers for this game. The first guy was starter Brandon Sproat, who would go 6.1 innings pitched, allowing 0 runs on 4 hits, 2 walks.
Oh, oh, never mind. Go ahead.
He had 8 Ks, and that would earn him the win. The other guy who pitched is Nick Ficarato. He would come in relief, go 2.2 innings pitched, allowed 1 run, which wasn't earned on 2 hits with 5 Ks, and that would earn him the save. So,
yeah, I had down both of them, their combined stats. So I was like, wait,
okay.
He only had 4 hits, but because I had 6 hits written down.
Yeah, those 2 guys put in a dominant performance for the Gators.
Yeah, I have down Miami scores are only running the game in the bottom of the 8th to make it 3-1. Florida doesn't care. They put up a crooked number in the top of the 9th and kind of put it away.
Yeah, absolutely. Sunday, Florida wins this game 11-3. The only thing I've noted here is that Miami would use 10 different pitchers in this game. They were emptying the arm barn.
Yeah, they allowed 14 walks in this game. So you can't win a game allowing that many free passes. So
yeah. My Florida player of note for this series was Judd Fabian. He went 2 for 8, hitting a modest 250 with 1 home run. He had 7 walks, though. That's kind of why I'm noting him.
Same.
He also had 4 RBIs and 6 runs, but 7 walks is insane.
Yeah, nobody's numbers really popped off the screen to me throughout the whole series. His did just because of his walks, but
a lot of guys just put in solid performances on different days that would let Florida win this series 2-1. So let's move to UC Irvine at Oregon State.
This is my only wrong prediction of the weekend.
I didn't have this one right either. Well, I had 2-1. I just had the days flip-flop for the UC Irvine win. But Friday, I don't have much. Oregon State wins this game 7-2. Cooper Hjerpe, who we mentioned. Went 5.1 innings pitched, allowing 2 runs on 7 hits. He also got 10 Ks, which would earn him the W.
Yeah, Friday, UC Irvine, their 3 and 4 hitters don't have any hits. So you can't have those key guys in the middle of your lineup not getting on base or driving in runs. Yeah.
Saturday, I don't have much. I just have Oregon State wins this game 9-5.
I have the same story for Saturday. Jacob Castro, he gets 3 hits in the game. The rest of the team combines for 4 hits. So you can't string any rallies together with that going on in your lineup.
Absolutely.
This is the only game this weekend that they score more than 1 run in an inning, and they only score 5 runs total. So
Sunday, you say Irvine wins this one 3-2. Oregon State would be down 2-0 in this game, but score a run in the 7th and 8th innings to send it into extras. Catcher Thomas McCaffrey would end the game for the Anteaters, though, when he hits a 3-2 count, and he homers it to right field.
He's a right-handed hitter?
I believe so, yes.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Goes with it, sends it the other way.
Yeah, so UC Irvine wins this game, but Oregon State takes the series 2-1. I do want to highlight the guy I highlighted the other day, Jacob Melton. He didn't have a great series. He went 3 for 14, hit 214 average, had a homer, 4 RBIs, and 3 runs. Nothing too special, but I mentioned him the other day. He had an okay performance.
My star performer is the Oregon State bullpen. They did a phenomenal job this series. They throw a combined 14 2/3, 1 earned run, 8 hits, and 19 strikeouts. So, their starters did their job, got it to them, and they just closed out the game. Even in that loss that they had.
Yeah.
Travis Bazana, he also had a great weekend, but I'm only highlighting him because I think he should be added to the name of the year candidate.
Yeah, that's bananas.
Yeah. And UC Irvine offense, it's looking like their offense hasn't gotten off the blocks.
Yeah.
Their lack of star power in their pitching staff they've been getting it done, but not enough to
win these games.
Yeah, because their offense has just been lackluster.
I hear you. Okay, let's move to TCU at Kentucky.
Yeah, so
I had TCU taking this 2-1. You had Kentucky taking it 2-1.
Yeah.
Kudos to you.
I thought so. I predicted that Kentucky would win on Saturday
Mhm.
and that TCU would win on Sunday. I thought the key was whoever won Friday would win the game. And since you went with TCU, I was like, screw it, I'll go with Kentucky.
Yeah.
And they end up winning Friday. So
Yeah, you were
they win the
right.
series.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I mean, I think the most exciting game was Friday night. This was kind of like a back and forth game.
Yeah.
But the final score was 13-11. So
yeah. All right, let's talk about Mississippi State Tulane. This is the last game we noted. We'll start Friday. Mississippi State dominates this game 19-2. I'm starting to think Mississippi State's gonna just roll with this series.
yeah, I was worried because I picked Tulane and I
Yeah.
was like, they just got mollywopped like this bad. Like,
So-
how is this gonna go the rest of the series?
So then Saturday, Mississippi State jumps out to a 10-3 lead through 4 with a ginormous 6-run inning in the second. Tulane would get 5 runs back, though, in the bottom of the 7th. 4 of these runs come from a grand salami from freshman Brady Margett, his first at-bat after getting replaced in the 6th inning. Simon Baumgart scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th to tie the game up, and then Ethan Groff would then hit a homer to left field to win the game for the Wave. So,
Yeah, that game was very exciting too.
yeah, absolutely.
It showed their resilience after getting stomped on the night before.
Yeah, and then
To be getting basically beat out they're losing by 7 runs halfway through the game. Like they look good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sunday they tie the game Tulane wins eventually.
Yeah,
they tie the game in the 7th, win it in the 8th. This team has a lot of fight in it.
they show a lot of grit this weekend.
Yeah,
They take the series 2-1. Mississippi State's troubles just keep on looming.
yeah. Also, Lucas Sims leaves the game. He's throwing a gem on Friday night.
Mhm.
Leaves the game with an injury. So I still don't know the status of him yet, but he's probably the number 1 pick, number 1 pitcher at least.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, let's move to our top performers of the weekend. Let's start with pitchers. I'm going to start. I got Sean Bergeron. He's a pitcher for Western Kentucky against Hartford in the first set of a doubleheader on Saturday. Went 9 innings pitched, allowing 0 earned runs on 3 hits. K'd 15 guys.
That's nasty.
And they would get the win. So that was my first guy.
Yeah, I don't have any pitchers. So
Okay.
if
All
you
right.
want to go with your staff, go for it.
Yeah, so I do have a pitching staff this week, so I'm taking Brendan's usual little
strategy.
segment. Yeah, so I have the UCF pitching staff on Saturday. So UCF beats Ole Miss 1-0 on Saturday, right?
Mhm.
And the Knights would have 2 dudes that just went in. The first guy I want to talk about is Connor Stain. He would go 7 innings pitched,
Nice.
allowing
It's probably the first name.
yeah. He would go 7 innings pitched, allowing 0 earned runs on 2 hits, gave up 1 walk, and he had 10 Ks. Chase Salenta would go 5 innings pitched, allowing 0 earned as well, on 1 hit, 3 walks, and he had 6 Ks to get them the win on Saturday against Ole Miss. So solid performance for that UCF pitching staff.
Yeah, I'd say.
Yeah.
They didn't win that series though, did they?
No, they ended up losing it 2-1 to Ole Miss. So
Gotcha.
they did have a close game Friday night too, I
Mhm.
believe. I think it was a 1-run game. So do you want to move to your? Yeah, I'll let you do 2
Yeah.
batters, and then I'll finish with 2. I'll do 1, and then back to you.
All right, word. I got Parker Kelly.
Oh, you son of a gun. I had him as well.
Well, he's a Texas Tech third baseman. The Red Raiders have a monster weekend at home against Merrimack. They continue their win streak, and he's
huge part.
Yeah, he's a huge part of this. Friday night, he hits 3 homers in a 21-5 victory.
I think isn't that Saturday? I think it's Saturday because they have a double header.
Maybe that's right.
Yeah, so they have a game Friday, 2 games Saturday, and then a game on Sunday. So I think
Gotcha.
it's Saturday's first game. He gets 3 home runs.
Gotcha. He collects 9 RBIs, a double, and 2 walks. So he was important
Yeah,
in
absolutely.
that series for them.
You go ahead and take another one, and I'll finish with my last guy. Hopefully, you don't take my other batter. I'm gonna be ticked.
Dalton Sheffield,
Okay, you're good for now.
a senior infielder for Texas State. He is also another key player for the Bobcats, right? As they upset number 11 Arizona. He goes 5 for 12, 3 ribbies, a triple, and 2 walks. So
Good performance by him.
not too impressive. I wanted to shout out a few
Smaller schools.
that and teams that had great weekends with some upsets.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. Okay, so the other guy I have is Nathan Chong from St. Mary's. Do you have him?
nope.
Okay, cool. So they had a 4-game set against UC Riverside this past weekend. He ended up going 11 for 15, which ends up being a 733 average.
That's nasty.
He had 2 home runs, 12 RBIs, 4 doubles, 2 triples, and he had 3 walks. On Saturday, though, for the first game of the doubleheader, or no, on Saturday for the doubleheader in general, he would go 8 for 10, 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, and he would have 2 of those doubles and both triples that day. So
That's a nasty
the
weekend.
dude had a nasty weekend set. So shout out to him.
I'm going for my last pick with Derek Orndorff, senior outfielder for Liberty. He finishes the weekend leading the NCAA in home runs.
Mhm.
He goes 3 for 7, which you're like, how does he only get 7 at bats? He walks 4 times, hits 3 homers, collects 7 ribbies, and has 2 stolen bases. So,
That's
yeah.
nasty.
And Liberty is looking good.
Liberty is looking good. So with that being said, let's move to our top 25 movement. We'll start with Texas again. Staying at number 1, went 3-1 over the past weekend, lose their first game to UCLA. That's all I have.
Yeah, they're still looking like the best team in the country. They dominated 2 ranked teams on
Yep.
Friday and Saturday night. So
Yeah, absolutely.
you can't drop them at all.
Yeah.
I have Oklahoma State dropping back 2 spots from 4 to 6 after they get swept by Gonzaga this weekend.
Yep. That
Into
last game.
today, actually.
Yeah, last game just happened.
And then Vandy and Stanford move up 1 spot to fill that empty one. So
Okay. Well, next I have Oregon State. They moved to number 7 from 13. They went 2-1 against UC Irvine. Notre Dame sitting at 9 now from 12. They went 3-0 in the Cambria College Classic.
mhm. Yeah, I want to go back to Oregon State real quick.
Okay.
They, despite losing their first game of the season, they're looking like the best team in the Pac-12 right now.
Yeah, which is
Even after losing their Saturday, Sunday starters.
Yeah. Next team I have is Tennessee. They're sitting at number 10 right now from 17. They went 3-1 over the past weekend. The past week only losing to Texas. So I mean, you lose to Texas, but
Yeah, whatever.
yeah,
Everybody does.
yeah, that's what they said.
Yeah. Florida State also moves from 10 to 8 after they beat Cal in their series. And then Florida moves from 14 to 11 after going 3-1 this past week with a series win at ranked Miami.
Nice. LSU moves back to 12 from 7. They went 2-2 over the past week, losing to Texas and Baylor.
Yeah, they looked less than impressive when they lost to Texas.
Yeah.
It was what, like 1-7?
Yeah, it wasn't as close as I thought it was going to be for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I picked them to win, so
Yeah. Georgia Tech moves to 13. They were sitting at 18. They went 3-1 over the past week. They took that series from Georgia 2-1.
yeah, they're my winner of the weekend as it comes to these top 25 teams. They score 30 runs over the weekend against a great Georgia staff, and their offense looked just as good.
Absolutely. Next team is Liberty. They're sitting at 14 right now.
Yeah, they just continue to climb the rankings.
Yeah, they jumped 6 spots from number 20. They went 4-0 this past week. North Carolina moved up to 15. They moved up 9 spots from 24. They went 5-0 this past week. Arizona dropped to number 16 from 11th. They went 2-2, dropped the series 2-1 to Texas State. I'm sorry, who you talked about earlier.
Yeah, and then NC State. Actually, you go ahead because you have a few more.
Yeah. So I have Tulane, who's sitting at 18 right now. They were unranked. They went 4-1 over this past weekend. They took that series against Mississippi State. They're my winner of the weekend. Huge week and weekend for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Clemson moves to number 19. They also were unranked. They went 4-0 over the past week. They're currently sitting at 11-0, and they just swept South Carolina. I mentioned that maybe that's a series to
check out.
Yeah, and Clemson absolutely dominated. Georgia dropped 5 spots to 20 after losing Georgia Tech. TCU dropped 5 spots, sitting at 21 now after losing to Kentucky.
And then
NC State sitting at 22. They big drop. They plummeted down the rankings. They're
They-
not
Yeah,
now.
they went 0 for 4 on the week.
Yeah, they're my loser of the week. They lost to Campbell and they get swept by
Mhm.
Northeastern. So
Yeah, I think that Campbell win during the week kind of stunned them a little, like a fighter. you know?
yeah,
Like they got hit by Campbell and they just stumbled back.
yeah,
So they just couldn't recover after getting swept by Northeastern.
yeah.
And then Tommy White, he is a slow weekend. He comes back down to earth finally. He only gets 2 hits over 17 at bats with no homers. So
Yeah. Next team I have. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say the freshman kind of cooled off a little.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see what he does this upcoming week, but yeah, definitely not a great week for Tommy White, but we digress. Mississippi State moves to 23. They were at 9 at the beginning of the week. They went 2-3 over the past week. I think they're currently sitting at 6-6.
Yeah,
They're
my loser of the week.
okay.
They only win 1 game against Tulane, and did they win? They beat Grambling State, I think.
Yeah,
in the
they
middle of
beat
the week.
Grambling State and then they lose to Southern Miss as well.
If I'm being honest, I don't even think that they deserve a number 23 spot.
Yeah, I mean
They're 6-6, bro.
yeah, I know. I think there's a debate to be made for them not being in the top 25.
I'd say another team who we'll get to in just a second
I think I'm gonna agree with you.
yeah.
Maryland dropped 3. They were at 21. Now they're at 24. They went 2-2 this past week. And then Gonzaga is number 25. They were unranked. They just swept Oklahoma State. These rankings came out before that last game. I think maybe if they came out a little bit later after this sweep, they might be sitting a little bit higher.
Yeah, I don't know. They should be higher than Mississippi State, that's for sure. But Miami drops out of the top 25. They should be ranked higher than.
I think Miami and Mississippi State should be. I'm not saying flip match for match, but I think Miami is a top 25 team still. I don't know if Mississippi State is right now. I think at some point in the season, even maybe this next week, they prove that they still are a top 25 team. But after these past 12 performances they've had, they haven't come out of the gate hot. And I think they're in the top 25 because they started so high. Yeah. So
they come in the season as defending champs.
Yeah.
Like it's hard for. So the rankings we use is D1 baseball.
Yep.
There are quite a few different media sources that have them ranked out of the top 25, which I would have to agree with. But before the rankings even came out yesterday, when I was sort of doing some research and writing down what I wanted to talk about, I wrote down, I expect Mississippi State to drop out of the top 25, but whatever, man.
Yep. Sacramento State and Long Beach State also dropped out of the top 25. I mean,
yeah, Sacramento State goes 1-4 on the week. They lose 3 out of 4 to Houston Baptist, and then Long Beach State goes 2-2 on the week after they lose 1 to UCLA, and then they win the series against North Dakota State.
I think it just wasn't a good enough showing to.
Well, I mean, you have how many teams enter the top 25? 3.
Yeah.
8. You have Tulane entering, who should be there.
Yeah.
Clemson entering, who should be there.
Yeah.
Gonzaga enters, which I would say they belong.
I think they prove they belong. Yeah.
Yeah, they swept the number 4 team in the country.
Yeah.
So like
number 6 now.
Yeah, number 6 now.
But yeah, I agree.
I just think it's crazy that Mississippi State is still in the top 25.
Yeah. Well, let's move on. Let's move to midweek preview for week 4, right, buddy?
Yep.
All right.
Tuesday, we're going to get into TCU versus Louisville.
Yep. Number 21 TCU at Louisville.
Yep. Number 14 at home versus number 15 UNC.
Yep.
Number 10 Florida State at home versus
number 8 Florida State.
Yeah, you're right. Number 8 Florida State versus at home versus Florida Gulf Coast, and then number 17 Texas Tech at number 23 Mississippi State.
Yep, that started 2-game set. That's Tuesday and Wednesday. And then Wednesday we'll talk about 18 Tulane at Southern Miss. But let's start with 21 TCU at Louisville. TCU is sitting at 8-3. They just lost 2 of 3 to Kentucky. Louisville is 8-3. They've won 5 straight. They just outscored Akron 51-16.
Yeah, I think.
This one was tough for me to pick.
Yeah, I think the offense advantage goes to Louisville. I think the pitching and defense is gonna have an edge to TCU.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go with Louisville.
I'm taking Louisville as well. Actually.
Word.
Yeah, so let's go Cardinals, baby.
Let's go.
All right, 15 UNC at 14 Liberty.
This is my actually no, it's not.
UNC is 11-1. They've just won 5 straight. Just swept Coastal Carolina. Liberty is 10-1. Won 10 straight. Just swept Kansas.
I don't know how to say
Yeah,
that.
but you know what? Give me the Flames at home, baby.
That's your gut?
That's my gut feeling.
I think these teams are very evenly matched.
I do too.
I think the slight edge goes to UNC and all the offense, pitching, defense. Liberty has more homers, but I think that might just be because of
well, they are at home, so
Derek Orndorff. But I'm gonna go with UNC.
All right.
I'm gonna go with UNC.
All right. Florida Gulf Coast at 8 Florida State. Florida Gulf Coast is 10-2, have won 10 straight, just swept Seton Hall. Florida State is 7-4, just took a series 2-1 against Cal. Give me Florida Gulf Coast, baby. I'm taking the upset. I'm slandering Florida State. I got Florida Gulf Coast winning this one.
Fair enough.
Keep it hot, baby.
Their offense is really good.
Yeah.
I'm going with Florida State.
Okay.
I think their pitching's better.
Fair enough.
This is kind of weird. Usually I'm the upset guy and you're the play it safe, but not this week.
Maybe it just depends on how we do in our weekend.
Yeah, you're feeling a little more ballsy right now.
Absolutely.
You're like, I did so bad
I'm
last
just gonna
week.
go for it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Screw it.
You might as well just dig it deeper.
Yeah, just keep digging that hole, baby. All right, number 17, Texas Tech at 23, Mississippi State. Texas Tech is 10-2. They've won 9 straight. They just outscored Merrimack 70-12 over 4 days.
In that 9-game win streak, they've outscored their opponents 95-36.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Mississippi State is 6-6, just lost 2-1 in a series against Tulane.
Shouldn't be in the top 25.
Give me the Red Raiders, baby. I'm taking Red Raiders in both of these games.
Both of them?
Both of them. You were talking about they shouldn't be in the top 25. You know what? Texas Tech has won 9 straight. I'm taking the Red Raiders, baby. Give me them.
I'm gonna pick Texas Tech on Tuesday night.
Okay.
I think after having a losing record going into Wednesday, I think Mississippi is gonna wake up in a haze, and they're gonna be like, "What are we doing? We're the defending champs."
Drop below 500.
Yeah, I think that's the reason that they're gonna win on Wednesday. I think it'll go 1-1.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. But you know what? I love the Red Raiders, baby. I'm taking them. All right. So Wednesday, 18 Tulane takes on Southern Miss. Southern Miss will be home. Tulane is 10-2. They just took that series against Mississippi State. Southern Miss is 8-3. They just took 2 of 3 against Louisiana. I think Tulane's hot right now. I think they're going to keep it rolling. I think they're going to beat Southern Miss.
I disagree with you.
You disagree?
Yeah, I'm taking Southern Miss.
All right.
They beat Mississippi State last week, and more dominantly than Tulane.
Yeah, but Tulane beat them twice.
Yeah, but
and they came back from the dead twice.
Southern Miss beat them 7-1 during the week last week.
I don't care.
I think pitching will win this one for Southern Miss.
Okay. All right. Let's get into conference previews then. We're gonna start with the Horizon.
Whoa!
UIC was the previous winner.
Wait, but before we get into this was Connor and I's least favorite conference review
so far. Yeah. All right. I got Northern Kentucky. I'm picking them because their name is the Norse. I just like the name. That's it.
Vikings are cool.
That's all I got.
Skull.
I am going to mention Travion Moss, outfielder. He's a redshirt junior. Last year, through 47 games, had a 298 average with 24 RBIs. He's a monster in the field, though. His fielding percentage was .991. So,
gotcha.
That's it. That's all I got.
I think University of Illinois Chicago is the best team in this conference.
Mhm.
I would pick them, but they can't compete in the conference tournament because they're leaving for the Missouri Valley Conference. So it's
Okay.
kind of the same situation we had with Stony Brook.
Mhm.
Their head coach is Sean McDermott, not the Bills head coach, different Sean McDermott.
Okay.
He's
Not a two-sport coach.
Yeah, I don't think they'll skip a beat with. So this is his first year as the head coach. Their longtime head coach retired last year. This guy, Sean McDermott, he's been within the program since 1998. So
Oh my,
yeah,
that's when I was born.
yeah, I was like 3 months old or something
Yeah,
like that.
that's crazy.
But I don't expect them to skip a beat. I think Cole Kahn is their best player. He won the Freshman of the Year last year. I wish I could pick them, but I'm going to go with University of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. They return a bunch of their innings from last year, and I expect them to show up. I think pitching is important to a championship run.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, let's move to the Ivy League. This is the first full season of Ivy League play since 2019 when Harvard won it. I'm taking Harvard again in the first season of play since 2019. They're rebuilding kind of, but I like this team again to win the conference. D1 baseball talks about them being killer bees, which I love. I love that.
Wait, what does that mean?
So the reason for this is that they have 4 players, I believe, with the last name starting with B, and all these guys are going to provide like stability for the lineup.
Gotcha.
These guys are outfielder Hunter Baldwin, catcher Zach Brown, first baseman Logan Bravo, and shortstop Jake Berger. They also have some really lengthy pitchers in their weekend rotation that could put some extra oomph behind their fastballs and make this rotation dangerous. Is this who you have, or do you have someone else before I name my player note?
I have Penn.
Okay. So I'm going to name my player note real quick. Adam Stone, he's a junior righty. He is 6'6", 220, dude's a giant. He's the #1 prospect in the Ivy League for the 2022 MLB draft. This will be his first year of pitching at the collegiate level, though, because of COVID. So I'm interested to see what he does. So you go ahead and take it with your Penn pick.
Yeah, I think the Quakers are going to win the conference this year. They have so many older players. They are an older dominant, upperclassmen dominant team. I think that's going to be the key to them winning this conference. Their pitching staff is going to win a lot of these games. They've returned 2 seniors and a junior to start for them in their rotation. Kevin Ice,
Ice, ice, baby.
Kevin Ice, I didn't write it down. I think he posted like a .187 batting average against them last year.
That's very impressive.
So yeah, their rotation is really good.
Okay, let's move to the Metro Atlantic Athletic Division or Conference. I'm sorry. Ryder won it last year.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you have? I'll let you go first on this.
I have Monmouth.
No way.
Is that
really?
who you
That's
have?
who I have. I have Monmouth too.
So I think Fairfield is also very good.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of arms, but I think Monmouth is like right there with them.
Mhm.
They didn't lose as many pitchers from last year.
Yep.
Their stats weren't as good last year, but they were still phenomenal. And then Rob Hensey, who I want to highlight, posted a 1.64 ERA for them last year. They've returned 4 of their weekend starters, so like a Thursday through Sunday looking rotation. And then they also have a bunch of good hitters.
Yeah.
Specifically Dixon Black, who hit 350 last year.
Nice. I want to note Trey Dombrowski. He's a junior lefty.
Dombrowski, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. So strikeout to walk ratio is 8 on the dot, which ranked 6th nationally last year.
His what?
Strikeout to walk ratio.
Gotcha.
Through 9 appearances, 8 starts, went 5-1, posted a 2.73 ERA with 64 Ks. This dude's pretty filthy.
I was just saying Dombrowski, isn't that the Red Sox like GM last name?
That's not the current one, no. It was the former one, yeah. So let's move to the MAC.
I got Central Michigan.
I got Central Michigan as well. Wow, we're pretty boring this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're returning 3 players with at least 40 RBIs and 2 starting pitchers who notched 10 wins last year. I'm going to talk about both those guys real quick if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I want to talk about their pitchers. So
Okay, yeah. So first guy we're going to talk about is Andrew Taylor, sophomore starting pitcher. He's currently ranked number 98 in the 2022 MLB draft, and that puts him at number 1 prospect for the MAC.
yeah, he won MAC Pitcher of the Year last year.
Yeah, he was also a MAC Freshman Pitcher of the Year last year. He had All-American honors for the ABCA, D1 Baseball, Baseball America, Collegiate Baseball Newspaper, and NCWBA.
And he's their Saturday night starter.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, this gets even better, right? Last year, through 15 starts, went 11-4, 11 wins, was second nationally. He had a 1.81 ERA, which was 8th nationally. He did that over 94.1 innings pitched. He had 125 Ks, which was 11th nationally. And then he held opponents to a 0.189 average. So that dude's absolute filthy. Now let's move to the Friday starter.
Yeah.
Jordan Patty. He's a senior pitcher.
All their starters are nasty.
Filthy. Last year had 41.1 scoreless innings pitched in a row, which was the school record.
41?
41.1 scoreless innings pitched in a row. Insane.
That's like 7 games in a row.
Yeah. He also tossed the first perfect game in Central Michigan baseball history.
He's good.
Through 15 starts, went 10-2 with a 2.46 ERA over 91.1 innings pitched with 78 Ks. That's it. That's all I got for these Chippewas. What do you have?
I only highlighted Andrew Taylor. I think his stats spoke enough for the Central Michigan squad.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Let's move to our top 3 teams, baby. I'll let you go first. I want to hear it.
What? I don't remember who I predicted you were going to have. Do you remember?
I think you said Arkansas, Arizona State, Long Beach State.
Yeah.
And then I had Oklahoma State,
BYU, and Arizona, I think.
Yeah, I had Oklahoma State, Arizona, and then my last one was either BYU or Grand Canyon. So you go ahead, buddy.
Alrighty, so my top 5 after last week was Oklahoma State, Arizona, Tennessee, Grand Canyon, and Penn State.
Who are you taking?
I'm gonna have to knock off Penn State. I can't keep them in my top teams anymore. Like, I want somebody who I think can compete.
Yeah.
And Penn State isn't a team.
Yeah.
Right now, at least.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'll always root for Penn State, but I can't pick them as my favorite team.
Yep.
And then I'm also gonna knock off Oklahoma State.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one coming.
Yeah.
So who is it then?
My top 3 I have is Arizona, Tennessee, and Grand Canyon.
Okay. Can I pick who I think is going to be your number 1?
Yeah, go for it.
I think you're going to pick Arizona. That's my guess, but we'll see in a couple episodes. I think we're going to try to do some kind of fun thing for our reveal. But so my top 5 last week was Arizona State, Arkansas, Long Beach State, Penn State, and NC State.
I think
this week,
I wish I could change. This had to be really hard for you.
This week, I will be giving 3 roses to Arizona State, the Dirty Dirt Bags of Long Beach State, and the NC State Wolfpack. I am dropping the Arkansas Razorbacks and my Penn State Nittany Lions. So who do you think I'm going to pick?
I don't know. I feel like I want to say, I don't think you're going to pick Ace. I don't know. I feel like this is like an even split for me who I think you're going to pick. Because I feel like you like a lot of these teams.
Yeah, I do. It's been tough knocking them off for sure.
Like, I know you like UC Irvine because of the dirt bags. Like,
that's Long Beach State.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Sorry, Long Beach State.
Yeah.
Because they're the dirt bags.
Yeah.
I know you like NC State because of the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack is a sick mascot.
Yeah, and Arizona State. Yeah, they're just like they just got a cool vibe to them.
Yeah, and they had my boy Petey.
Yeah, and Pedroia.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait and see.
No, let me make a pick.
All
Let
right,
me
come
make
on,
a
make
pick.
a
I
pick,
think
baby.
you're gonna pick. I think you're gonna pick ASU.
Okay, we'll have to see. All right. That was episode number 4. I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, follow us on Spotify, give us 5 stars, subscribe to YouTube, hit the thumbs up.
And the bell for notifications.
Also, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Omaha Dreams Pod. Have a great week.
Catch you later. Watch some baseball.